Hey Dave, welcome. Good to see you again. Hope your week's been okay so far. So far, not too bad. I've got another project that I'm finishing up tomorrow, and then I get to move into the planning phase on the next big project that we'll have going on. So it's always good to get that sense of accomplishment when you finish up one, and then it's always fun to move into something new that you haven't been looking at for weeks and weeks on end. So I'm looking forward to it. Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 6 of our Avowed Ranger gameplay series. I'm Commander Jorval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, nothing new on the game that I'm aware of. Let me make sure. Yeah, we talked about the 1.3 patch notes last week. So, nothing new on the game. So, just an admin note on the channel. We are quickly approaching the end to one of our live streams. The Dragon Age the Veilguard live stream is going to be ending this weekend, and as such, we will be moving this live stream into its time slot on Sunday. And we will update the community tab. I'll also put out some posts on social media as well concerning that. Whenever we do a third live stream, we start that up and place it on a Wednesday evening, fully aware that it's not a great time for my overseas viewers. The Sunday live stream starts 3 hours earlier than this, and while still not a perfect time, it is certainly better than this. So we will be moving this one into that time slot, which is 2 to 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time, which right now is GMT -5. And we will continue it there for the foreseeable future. We are also going to be coming to an end on the current Honor Mode playthrough that we have for Baldur's Gate 3. And once that is done, we will certainly be looking for another live stream to put up. So pay attention this week, as you're going to see a post on social media and in the community tab asking input from all of you about what game you would like to see me play next. I will put up some suggestions, but also have an option where you can vote for anything that you would like. And we'll take a look at whatever numbers come back, and we'll weigh whether or not that game is, I think, is going to be a good fit for playing live on a live stream, and we'll go from there. So be on the lookout this week for more information about the channel. So I think that's it on our admin notes. So on our recap, last week we finished up most of the exploration inside or outside of the city. Today we're going to take care of a couple of quick things, and then we are going to move into the main quest line again, and that's going to quickly finish out what we're doing here in Dawnshore, which is the first area of 5 in the game. And we are going to be heading to the second area, which is the Emerald Stair. So let's kind of jump in here. We'll take stock of where we are, and we will get ready to head out to take care of a couple of things. Okay, so here we are, and let's take a look at our quests. So the Totem of Rightful Rulership, find clues about the locations of the remaining fragments. We can go do that real quick and just finish this out. It's going to cost us some gold, but it's not really a big thing. Finer Things in Battle just wants us to acquire better armor, a fine torso armor. And if we look at our inventory right now, we don't have any fine quality gear, and we're not spending our upgrade amounts to upgrade a common quality up to that. And that's because we're going to get a new piece of armor today, which I'm going to keep for most of, if not all of, the rest of the game. And I want to spend my upgrade materials on that instead. Mapping the Living Lands, we need to return to Sansa and give him the map. So we're going to head up to Hightown and deal with that. And then I'm pretty sure we already did this, but we'll go take a look at it and see. So for now, the finer things in battle we're not too worried about. We can go buy something here in the market district if we like. Again, we're not going to go do that. Let me take a look at my inventory real quick. Let's see. So we have 28 lockpicks, so we're fine on that. So we are going to head back into Hightown, though. Or we're going to head back up to, not Hightown, up into... Oh, I'm back at the main entrance. I was like, where am I? Yeah, I'm back at the main entrance. So we're gonna head around up into Hightown here in a second. But let's head over here real quick. Back into the Pearl District and make sure that there's nothing that we have left to do up here. I don't think that there is, but I do want to check one more thing here. Actually, not this way.
Ever thought about my line of work?
So we don't have anything more from Juliana. So let's head back to Hightown, and we'll do that by heading back to the administrative district. And we'll take a look at what Hightown is. We haven't done anything here.
High Market, a haven of opulence in an otherwise nice city.
Okay, and if we look at our map, you can kind of see a layout of what Northern Paradise or High Market looks like. And we're going to kind of do this systematically here by sticking around the outside here and doing some explorations before we get into the main quest line. And then once we've kind of explored around the area, we've hit up the vendors that are down here, then we'll work our way around the center houses before we jump into the main quest line here. So we'll just go around and start searching a little bit.
Why should we nourish them? We have our own home.
We've got a doomsayer here. You can talk to them.
You, Adherin! You herald the end of our way of life! You are a scourge upon our city! The citizens of Paradise have come to hear the truth. They need to know what will befall us if we do not deal with you. You represent everything they stand for. You will find no peace here.
So yeah, she's upset.
The Adherins aren't going anywhere. You might as well get used to it.
Okay, we have a journal entry here. And this, which we will learn more about later.
Note the graffiti on the wall. Don't always want to follow it.
we'll have another way up there here around the corner.
If you have to ask,
That's Sansa's shop. Might be worth taking a look.
And here, we can go talk to Sansa.
Welcome.
Now,
I was hoping you would drop in.
there are quite a few things to read in here. There are also a bunch of interact icons that talk about the various things in his display cases here. And again, if you'd like, you can pause all these and read them. There's nothing extraordinarily important here for what's happening, but we do want to talk to Sansa.
You're back. What have you found?
Okay, so we did find Gearmund.
I warned Gearmund about those Zaribs. It was Zaribs, wasn't it? On second thought, don't tell me. Please, keep searching. I'm sure the others will turn up soon.
Okay, and here we can do a couple of things. The first is we can buy Adra if we want. We've got 8 right now. This would bring us up to 10. That's probably a good idea for what I have planned. So I'm going to go ahead and buy these. You can buy Fragments of the Scales. This is the optional that will give you the clues to go find the various parts of the Wodika Totem. Okay, you don't have to get this, but if you get it, it just makes it a little bit easier to find them. You also have Beetle's Bulwark here. Now, I'm not going to buy this, but Beetle's Bulwark has, while below 75% maximum health, a successful parry summons a beetle to fight with you. And it's not all that great of a companion, but it's free. And it can absorb some attention, take attention off of you. The plus 20% resistance to fire accumulation is nice against fire enemies. I tend to find that poison enemies are much more prevalent in the game than fire. But it still, has its uses. It's just not something that I'm going to be interested in. What I'm going to do is sell off all of these items. I can also sell off. I'm trying to look. I might need... I've got plenty of pelts. Plenty of Paradisant ladders, so I can sell these. I might need some more softwood branches, so I won't need any more iron chunks. So anything that breaks down into iron chunks, I'm not going to keep. But anything that breaks down into softwood branches, I'll keep. Don't need the iron gauntlets. And I think that's it. And while we're here, let's go ahead and break these down. Don't need 2 of any of these. Okay. And now we'll keep going about this systematically, but we can... I didn't make it. We can get over there another way. So maybe we'll just postpone that until then. Go down here around the corner looking, nothing.
Hey, yeah, huh? Oh, yeah, move on through.
What? Where? Something nearby.
Okay, so a couple of things farther down.
Curse my brother. Oh, scan into his own destruction. The thief and scoundrel has taken my goods one time.
Oh, bless my soul. The Adiran envoy. Isn't this a surprise? Not only to see you alive, but to have you grace my little workshop. Chandlers don't get many high-ranking clients. Priests and pilgrims mostly. Still, business is good. Better than good. Well, there was this Aothasian priest on his way to Emerald Stair. He was rather fond of my work. And the Temple of Andra can't seem to get enough of them. Burning the wick at both ends, I suppose. Probably a good idea. No one cheats death without owing someone a favor. Go up the main road to the Street of the Gods. Eloy, the attendant, is a sweet girl, though a little anxious around newcomers. Don't keep the Lady of Lament waiting now. Unlike Aethys, patience is not one of her virtues. A lot of them came here after the purgings in the Deerwood, looking for sanctuary in all the wrong places. Even on these shores, Aethys isn't the most popular deity. Andra is closer to our hearts, always has been. I used to have an apprentice. When the Adirans came to our shore, he moved on without as much as a goodbye. But I hold no grudge. He had his reasons to go, just as I have my reasons to stay. You know, you're much more even-tempered than some of your countrymen. That's a compliment, dear. Some of us understand you good folk are here to help, and some of us need a little more time.
You almost sound convinced yourself.
Imagine how boring this place would be if we all agreed.
The Living Lands could use a little discipline, that's what I say. And who better to bring it than the Adirans? With the gods on my side, I won't need to, but I appreciate the invitation all the same. If you need to keep warm at night, help yourself to some Mogren's Fury. It's growing in a pot just over there. No charge, of course. The Adiran envoy's money is no good here, and never will be.
Already done. So she will help you get kind of the lay of the land here in the Pearl District.
Wish they had a back entrance. The cronies here aren't popular.
Murderers!
How awful.
Not to worry, envoy. We caught this one trying to break into the embassy.
Okay. The envoy's alive and hunting us. Our position in the city's compromised. Ygwulf. Okay, we're going to learn much more about that as we move into the main quest line. Here in a little bit. Up the stairs here.
Street urchins would make more respectable militia than this rabble.
Welcome, envoy.
We have
You
the
look well.
Adiran headquarters here in Hightown. Okay, not much in here. There is a way, however. For us to get up here, and you can see what's over there. Of course I did. Oh, this takes me down to the other gate. I bypassed it. I think I can just jump over there. Yeah. Okay, so some more softwood branches, and since I'm exploring, I need to make sure that I have the enchanted Silinet on. I do. Just to maximize my gold output here. And there's nothing else up here. Need to be careful. And this is going to take me out of...
Is this what it's like to travel with an envoy?
One of the other
I can
gates
get used to this.
the city. We've already been out there. Takes me out the east side, the God's Gate. We already saw that from the outside. Okay, I don't believe there's anything up here. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. This is why I always look around. And by the way, I enjoy this game so much, I am way ahead of here. I haven't been here in a very, very long time, so... And I'm enjoying it so much, I'm not taking the greatest notes while I'm playing. So you will probably find me doing that a lot. Finding stuff that, oh, I didn't remember it was there. So we're going to continue on up into the Street of the Gods. We're not going to go into the Temple of Andre yet, though.
I don't like how cozy the
We're just going to keep our exploring
that High
going.
Inquisitor especially bothers me.
It's her eyes that give me the spooks. Looks like they can see into my soul.
Every sailor knows. A gift for Andra and one for Helia too. Don't forget to dust your shoes off.
Okay, so we'll do some looking around in here. Okay, the godlike have vanished, except for me, of course.
Oh my. Merciful gods! You're the inspiration I've been looking for. Please, allow me to memorize your sacred features. Let me burn them into my unworthy eyes and dash them upon the canvas. Yes. Yes! Oh, I came on too strongly, didn't I? Oh, ruined the painting I haven't even started. Curse me for a fool. Helia blessed me with the gift of artistic expression, but that's no excuse for rudeness. Oh, please, accept my apology.
Just relax a hair. You're scaring the children.
Brood. I was going to warn you not to trip over yourself.
I can paint a grotesque beauty or a beautiful grotesquerie, and yet there is little beauty to be found in these dark times. Alas, the subject cannot pity the artist. But you give me hope that beauty can be found, and so I will seek it out again. Farewell, my friend.
Well, he seemed nice.
That's actually going to
just
play
wouldn't
out
be
into
parodies
something
without people
else
like you.
later on.
Maybe don't look so endearing around here. Paradise militia can be a bit oversensitive.
Hail. Welcome to my shop, envoy. Have I... Yeah, I've lived here my entire life. So did my parents and their parents before them. We keep the city safe as best we can. Happy?
Okay, so here we have one of the best bows, if not the best bow in the game. the long touch. Now, I'm not going to be playing as a bow user for the most part. However, I'm probably going to pick this up at some point. You can always come back here to this area later on in the game. But it is a really good bow. A plus 10% critical hit chance for power attacks while fine aiming. So if you're holding down the fire button, you're getting a power attack. And if you're holding the right button on your mouse, then you're fine aiming and slowing down time. And if you're doing that all of the time, which every archer's going to, you're going to get a plus 10% critical hit chance. And that's huge. Because this thing has a 9% critical hit chance already associated with it. Then the plus 5 damage against enemies with full health means that that first sneak attack that you do against an unsuspecting enemy not only is going to have a huge crit chance, but is also going to be doing extra damage against them. And that gives you an opportunity to one-shot certain enemies and stay in stealth, since this does not trigger awareness like firearm shots do. It's a really powerful weapon and can be upgraded or enchanted, sorry, to be even better. So it is definitely something that you want to pick up, and I will. It's just not something, I think, with only 6,500 gold and 4,300 for the cost of this, that I'm going to do right now. There's also another unique armor here, and this is the Wayfarer's armor. So again, while you're below 20% of your max health, it's going to slowly regenerate it. That's not really great. It doesn't regenerate all that fast. And if you're below 20%, you probably want to get your health back a lot faster than what this will do. It's the 10% move speed on an armor, which makes this really, really good. Again, not something that we're going to be focused on, but it is something that can be really good for your melee build.
Yeah, nice place.
Don't mind Marius. The only gardens where he comes from are full of mushrooms.
Now here, you can see we have some obvious parkour set up here. And we also have a chest in here. Okay, we can follow this around. Okay, now on this side here, we do have a couple of things. Okay, so nothing here. And then this is all going to lead us around to this chest over here. So again, with the common arquebus, we'll break down the common pistols. We'll break down into more softwood branches. The dagger, I don't need to break it down. And there's nowhere else to go up here. You can't reach anything else. And this is going to lead you into
patron here some way.
The temple. And like I say, we don't want to go in there yet.
Do not succumb to fear, friends. Protect yourselves against this vile plague My remedies have been tested and tried. Paradis! Do not be afraid of any plague. With one drop of my miracle elixir, your soul will remain safe.
So you've already got people trying to take advantage of the populace out here by selling snake oil.
Lady of Lament, grant us your strength, so we may... Very bold of you to take the
Steal all of those
others.
things right out from under her.
Welcome to the Temple of Andra.
Fresh from the finest distilleries in Third Form.
Okay, and now you can see we're starting to make our way back out of the Street of the Gods, and we'll continue along this side all the way around, and then we'll work on the individual buildings in the middle. We do have a grenade opportunity here.
Beard! The ruins! Why assault our ancient Pargrunan ruins? You could have just walked around that wall.
And
Someone
that is true.
Help! The god likes a maniac!
That's actually pretty funny. But here's the lockbox on the other side. And I never even had that encounter before. That's kind of funny that it pops up. Now this will give us an opportunity to get over onto the rooftops over here. So remember this. We're not going to use it now, but we will be coming back to use it. Okay, now down here, we have another area that we can get to. Where does this bring us out? It brings us out right down around the corner.
Damn
where
rickety
we
table. No envoy. Go right on through.
Okay, so here's where we were just a second ago, up here.
The less time we spend staring at Galawain, the better.
And this is where we just
were.
were. We went down around that side over there. There's one more thing we can look at. Okay, and this is another way to get us access to this way to get over to the other rooftops over there. I don't think there's anything else down here. Yeah, there's not. This hatch you don't have access to.
That's the Elven Queen of Adir, I think. They wasted no time putting that up when they got here.
Okay, so we'll head back down here. This is that body that we looked at a little bit ago. And this is where we were just a second ago.
There's a
so
joke
again, we're
about
ignoring our
Paradis's
left.
government in here somewhere.
We're going to continue working around to our right as we go down here. And here we find ourselves at Claviger Amon's estate. Okay, now we're not going to, as soon as we walk in here, we're going to find trouble. Okay. So we're going to kind of give it a wide berth for now. Just kind of go looking around
Shame
the
a perfectly
outside.
good house
We're going to
has
get
to sit
access to
around
more
empty.
of this once we move along with the main storyline. But there is a lockbox here. And we got awakened wood. Good. That's an ingredient we're going to need quite a bit of when we start our upgrades.
These have been boarded up since the lockdown started. Nice place for thieves to hide out.
Don't think there's anything in there. There's not. And you heard the clue that he gave, that the
I feel
estate
safe
had been
with the
boarded
guard
up. A good
presence around
place
here.
for bandits to hide out. And they are. And we'll come back and look at that. So now we're going to move into Philosopher's Alley here.
Don't sign any petitions, no matter what anyone says. I had a guy ask me whether dreams had a taste here once.
And you get a bunch of free raw food up here. And raw food is going to become very, very useful. Trust me. Once we level up, you will see why. And then down here around the corner, kind of hidden in the back, you have a merchant. Now this merchant is very important.
There's merchandise to be found and... An Adiran? Come to see my wares? Well, don't I feel blessed? Where are my manners? Name's Cutty. I'm a trader of lost things. They come my way, I peddle them for people like you to find.
Okay, so you can kind of tell what he is. He's a fence.
Now wait, you don't need to jump straight to shutting me down. I'm sure we can work with each other. What's your voice? Sveth? Coin? By all means, take some silver. I knew you could be reasonable. Now that that's taken care of, can I help you find anything?
So if you do let him know what he is, then you can shake him down for a little bit. So this is going to get us access to the Disappointer. And this is why I was saving my gold. Because I'm going to buy the Disappointer. Right now, we have a fine pistol here in our inventory. And we're going to change that to the Disappointer. So the fine pistol has 69, 80 stun, 20 stamina. It's the exact same thing. Okay. The difference is that the Disappointer has a minus 10% attack damage. So why would I do that? Well, the Disappointer can be enchanted, and the enchantment that you can pick on this is going to give it plus 10% attack damage to offset that. And then the hits deal plus 10% bleed damage, which is a big bonus. The more you can start stacking different damage over time effects, the more you're able to take down enemies that are more resistant to certain types of damage. So I'm getting shock damage here with Karak's Pride. I would be getting bleed damage. With the Disappointer, I can get rings that cause us to do poison damage on critical hits and things like that. And again, I can start stacking up multiple damage over time effects. And that's what I want to do. This also has the Blackwing boots, which I'm also going to pick up. 10% dodge distance and plus 2 dexterity, which is nice. So I'm going to pick up the Disappointer first. Then I'm going to pick up the Blackwing boots second. There's some lockpicks. I'll just pick up 3 more. And let's sell off some of our other items. And the Arquebus, I'm going to be keeping this for a while. I'm just not going to upgrade it. Once we get into the Emerald Stair, we're going to rush a certain quest that's going to get us the Arquebus that we're going to keep for the rest of the game. Then for the fine pistol, I'm going to keep it for now until I am able to upgrade the Disappointer. So for now, the Wayfarer's boots give me resistances and slowly regenerating heal. The Blackwing boots now give me a plus 10% dodge distance. Okay, that combined with the Blackwing gloves for critical hit chance and critical damage. You can see that the Blackwing set is more of your thief or your assassin type set. And that's what we're going to keep working on.
You'd agree if you saw where it came from.
Okay, so I can get up here. You don't have to climb up this way. But there are food and gold items up here to pick up. This is the other way that you can get up here, is just by jumping up here onto the roof. Okay, we've got some items down below. I don't know if I can jump over from here. I can. And here's another lockbox. And I believe this is the only location you can get to from here. And none of these doors do anything.
Am I supposed to meditate or something? She didn't make any sense.
Gods, I hope she can help.
Okay, and again, we're kind of sticking around the outsides. And we're going to get to this location here.
They
It's
say a strong
pretty
soul
beat
can
down.
withstand this dream scourge. What's taking so long? Hey, wait your turn.
And you see that there's people waiting for something here. And this is the Watcher's residence. And remember, we were warned about this quote-unquote Watcher as being a fraud. We've already talked to the real Watcher, so we know that she's the real one out there, and that this one is definitely a fake. Let me look at my food. I don't think I'm able to craft it yet. Not. Need to get that level up.
Your soul, envoy. Your very soul is in danger. The Watcher can see it. The Watcher knows. An envoy. A godlike. Two destinies come together. How curious. Many fools who lack courage have called the Watcher such. Duh, fine. I don't actually know what I'm doing.
You gotta do better than that. Fake Watchers are like seashells out here.
Ugh, my trade's been cut off since the city closed, and I have to make ends meet. At least I'm giving people hope. Can you Adiran say the same?
Okay, so we did expose her as a fraud. We don't get anything for that. But before you leave, make sure that you hop out the window here. For the big chest. You can see it from outside to kind of give you a clue that there's something in here to go look at, but the only way in is by climbing out her window. Okay, I've already been down this way. So now you can see we've almost made our way back around to the High Market Gate.
But she knew things about me. Things that I didn't even know.
Exactly. She made it all up.
Maybe you should talk to her.
Okay, I think I need to get to this from
Maybe
jumping
you should open
across
your
up
eyes.
here. Okay, we'll pick up a couple of items. And some more copper over here. And I think that's it. That's as far as you can go. Yep. Okay, and again, we're not looking at the stuff on my left. We're not doing the middle yet. We're almost ready to do that, though. Now you can see we've made our way back to the gate where we came in. So now let's look at a couple of things. So we do have some underwater areas here. We can't get underneath that.
They could take it from the inside.
Take it? The militia would put them down.
Okay, but we are going to find some copper down here. Side, we find some more. And there's always going to be a break in the railing to allow you to get back up. Okay. So now we're going to focus on the buildings in the center, and we'll start with this one over here, which is right here. I don't think there's anything to explore there, but can't remember. I don't think I can make this jump. Yeah, I can. So I can get over to that rooftop. Pretty sure, but I don't know if there's a way in here to get anything or not. I don't think that there is. Okay, so this building here is clear. Now we'll move over to this one here, which is right here in front of us. Okay, so not a whole lot happening here. Okay, we do have something in there, though, where that dead body is. Okay, so yeah, nothing this way. Can't get up there. Okay, and we've already been down here to look. Okay, and everything's boarded up here, and you get to this alleyway here, which leads you into here. Now, you're going to get into a confrontation here. And there is actually, I think, another way, now that I remember. Yeah, I think it's here. Okay, and here you have what look like some bandit types around a dead body over here. Now, none of these are hostile right now, and I don't think I can shoot at them. Yeah, you can't shoot at them until they become hostile. Okay, and here's the other way in, and this is the way that we're going to go in. Is through this side.
It's the envoy.
Get her!
After them!
One for you!
Okay, and you can see that these were Paradisen rebels, and that armor, keep it in your mind, because we're going to be seeing a lot more of it. Okay, you need a lockpick for this. That's why you keep stocked up. And then the dead body just has some food on it. Okay, and this is the wall that gets you back out there onto the other side of the street. This is where we originally saw that bandit head off that way. So now we've come full circle around through all of that. Okay, and that's going to pretty much clean out the buildings here with the exception of getting to this, I believe. Yeah. Out there. Okay, so we'll pick up this chest up top. And now if you look at your map, you can see that we have a totem here that we want to get. It's down below us.
This is the Shrine to Bareth, God of Death. Not sure which version of them this is.
Okay, and we'll head down here, but this is also the other way that we want to go. And you can't make it up there. There's no way to go over there. Okay, and this is where we just were a second ago, back in High Market. Where the bandits are. Okay, so I can't get up that side from here. Okay, I'm trying to... Oh, yeah, this is in back of Sansa's. I forgot about this. In the back door of Sansa's place is his office. We can do a little searching back in here. And laying here on the table is the 5th piece of the Wodika shrine.
You won't find any treasures that way.
Okay, so now let's go take a look at the two main questline areas. So if you remember our journal from An Untimely End, we can either search around the Claviger's estate or investigate the area around the Temple of Andra. We're going to do both, but first let's go look at the Claviger's estate. Okay, and that's straight up on the other side from us over there. And that's the way I just went.
Welcome to our shrine. A broken throne, symbol of Wodoka the Oathbinder. She's nothing if not a bit dramatic.
Gods, what a mess.
Ugh, what sweaty and dear beast.
And up here is where we're going.
Feels like they fucked up my board.
And for this, we want to be prepared when we head in here, because we are going to get ambushed.
Oh, gods! They've looted them.
Don't think we have any real chance of dying here, but... Okay, so the butler took off.
Really? Looting the Claviger's house? And yet you must do nothing to help.
Well, that didn't take long.
And as soon as we open that door, we're going to be in a fight. Okay, so let's go get into it here. We're going to open this door.
You're gonna regret this!
Gotta find you better armor.
Okay, and that'll end that.
Who's ready for more?
Boy, it's my combat skills. I'm used to fighting at a much higher level than this. So I'm pressing buttons that don't do anything. Because I'm not used to not having those skills. Like I say, I am way farther along in this game, so I'm now starting to see how much of a handicap that is. Okay, so we're going to look through the estate here.
Once I got drunk and lost back here looking for the chamber pot. Aiming through the best parties.
Yeah, and then we're going to head up around to either side. Okay, the side takes you out on this little balcony, and you have a way up here. Pick up all sorts of common weaponry, and then you have another way to go up onto this balcony.
If there's anything worth finding, it'll be in here.
Okay, so another journal entry. And there's a key here, and that's because all of these doors are locked from the outside with the Claviger's estate key, so it doesn't do you any good to come up this side first.
I'm starting to see why
because you won't be able to get into the locked door. Okay, a bunch more journal entries. And that's the stairway that we just went up.
The housekeeping isn't what it used to be.
Okay, so a little more searching in here. And up here we have a unique chest. Now, I'm not going to pick this up. I'm going to make a note. Sorry, I'm making a note to come back here. The reason for that is that I'm going to complete the rest of the main quest here. I'm going to do a bunch of upgrading, and then I'm going to come back and pick this up to kind of illustrate something to you about how the game mechanics work.
Envoy, over there. Looks like a note.
Okay, and here's a secret page to the journal.
Well, there you have it.
So, Claviger Amon not only knew about the rebels, he also gave them access to a hideout in the cistern. None. I knew he was protective of Paradise, but I never would have dreamed he'd get in bed with organized rebels. Look, everyone who settles in the Living Lands comes from somewhere, but until recently, those settlers have been people, not nations. But when Adir built an embassy and filled it with dignitaries and troops, some started to worry that your laws and governors would follow.
Right, all of that. Don't forget why we're here. You hired me to hunt the rebels down, and now we know where they are. The cistern beneath the Temple of Andra. Good place for a hidden base. It sits just below the city, where the people and patrols will never look.
Maybe we should bring reinforcements. I bet Heelguard would be happy to spare some of his guards, if we ask nicely.
They'd only slow us down. Besides, any fighting we do in the cistern will be close quarters.
On to the Temple of Andra, then. It's east of here, just across the canal, in the plaza with the big statue.
Right.
Okay. And this is one way to get the key. There is another way, which if you went to the Temple of Andra first, would open that up. We didn't. We chose to come in this way first. Take the free lockpick. But now we're going to go down and head around over to the Temple of Andra. That's where you have to go anyway. But you don't have to have this encounter here if you don't want to, if you go directly to the Temple of Andra.
Fresh from the
Now this one you're going to have a conversation. I don't know if I have the requisite skills or not for it, and I don't have a way as of yet to increase my conversation skills. Okay, I will do a little looking around before I talk to her, though. Okay, and there's the cistern key. This is the door that the cistern key unlocks. If you come here and talk to Eloe...
Hail and well met. The Temple of Andra is open to all. Oh, you must be the Adiran envoy. How wonderful to meet a godlike in our holy sanctum. I take it you're here on official business. Thankfully, no. Only the faithful and the devout come through here. Always have and always will.
Okay, so I do have the perception skill here.
Oh, Oh, you must be talking about those awful rebels. People say they're outlaws blending in with honest citizens, killers and cutpurses of the lowest sort. But why ask me about the... Wait, you're not implying that I'm involved with that lot, are you? Shit. Let me guess. He wrote it all down? The Claviger was far too trusting. Probably what got him killed. All right. If you're willing to listen, then I'm willing to talk.
Nice work, Envoy.
Yes, I'm with the Resistance. We have a responsibility to defy your empire, to protect our way of life. For some of us, that means hiding in plain sight, passing messages between contacts, playing a role. For others, it's kill or be killed. Ask me anything you like, but be warned, you aren't ready for the answers. To be left alone. Paradis was fine without Adir. Your empire inserted itself where there was no need. You've impoverished us, turned my brothers and sisters into beggars, squatting outside our own city walls. Ygwulf, a powerful man, but not in the way Adir understands power. When he knocks an arrow, the gods hold their breath. If you think you can reason with him, don't bother. You have nothing he wants. None of them are the Emperor's plaything. You must be special, and not in a good way. I have nothing more to say to you. If you're so eager to die again, the one you want is downstairs in the cistern, no doubt sharpening his blade. The door is on the wall to your left.
Okay, and the Vanguard Scout background here is going to open up something else here.
Work for you? What an outrageous idea. Wait, did you say a full pardon? All past deeds forgiven.
Sure, hire the local rebel to spy for Adir. Can't foresee anything bad coming from that.
Either way, you found us. So maybe it is better to be a traitor than a corpse. This is madness. You have no reason to trust me. What choice do I have? I was wrong to underestimate you. You're as deceitful as they say. But I'll take the job.
Okay, you can also have a fight with her if you would like. We just don't need to. And now we can head here into the cistern. We'll stock up a little bit, look at a couple of things. So you can see that this note that the envoy lent their aid to the incompetent guard that was tasked with the inspection. If not for help from them, I'm sure our contact would have made it in the city just fine. This is the grenades that we found in the cart at the gate. This will be different if you didn't find them or didn't do that particular thing. And now we can travel to the cistern.
Stale air, thick darkness, and a smell that peels your eyes back. Reminds me of home.
No, I just skipped a bath.
You can see they're looking inside there at the obviously hostile icons that are in there. Okay, and now I'm going to change off of this to plus 10% damage against Kith, because that's who everybody's going to be down here until we get to the spider section. Whoops.
You're not getting away.
Here we go.
Another one!
These people aren't trained assassins. They're just regular people with weapons.
They're trying to kill us. What else do you need to know?
They don't look friendly.
We're going to be dealing with this a little bit later. And you can see up above us, we're going to be traversing all of that a little bit later as well. Don't forget the lockbox and Ygwulf's log number 1. Okay, so you can read this, and he's saying that he made a terrible mistake and he wants forgiveness. This is the way I need to go.
Watch out. Pressure plates on the floor.
And there are. You can see the pressure plates here. Ooh. Just barely missed me. I stepped on that one. And then there's a lever here to deactivate them.
That should disable the pressure plates.
Okay, now I'm going to take the Kith Warder amulet off, because now we're dealing with spiders.
Stand back.
Right behind you.
Aww. Jump down.
Well done. Here they come. Take your best shot.
You know what that web means. Be ready.
Nice work.
So we'll clear out this room here. We're going to be getting on the other side of that here in a little bit.
Aye, aye.
More blessed day spiders.
Okay, and now an obvious room here, so we're gonna save.
Remind me not to spook you.
Okay, good. So I managed to kill that one by moving back a little ways. We'll wait for this one to come over, see if we can get it too. Okay.
Show me what you got.
And I'm going to back up a little bit as I propagate this fight. Instant full stun there. Because they're going to keep spawning as I wipe out a wave. And I want to be...
Give me a target. Let's see what you got.
Oh, don't see anything.
Oh no, here's the hit reg thing again. Yep, here it is. Ah. I really don't like that hit reg problem.
The spiders are just trying to survive. Maybe these people are too.
Gods, not this saga again.
I sense a Marius lecture coming.
Okay, now we do have another way to go explore this way. And I think these enemies are actually below me. I don't think they're in here.
There's something here.
Okay, so a backpack there. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think I can make it up there. No, I can't. There is another area here that you want to get into. You have to duck to do so. You can search this body for some more awakened wood. And these are around the corner over there. That's right.
Coming in hot.
Okay, so a lot of good crafting ingredients and upgrade ingredients there. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think those are on the other side of the wall there, if I remember right. Okay, so that opens this up, so now we'll head back this way that we just saw a minute ago. And we can do that one. And we're going to get into another fight here. Okay, so let's do two things. Let's first, I can't remember if there's anything in the water. I have plenty of ice grenades. We'll jump in here and look. Doesn't look like there is. But like I say, I have plenty of these. And we need another one to get here, but before we do, we'll go search the water. And there is the lower cistern key.
Opens the big double doors we saw on the way here.
On your way out, pick up the lockbox. And I'm overburdened.
Remember that time in Emerald Stair? You let that thief take all our supplies.
He was starving. I wasn't gonna kill a man over a few rations.
We needed our supplies. We almost died without them.
True.
You let your heart get in the way of your survival.
Okay, so we'll look down here and just see if there's anything in this water. I don't think there is. Then you can climb back up. And we're going to need a grenade to reach this, and I thought there was one. Doesn't look like there is. And now you can see where we are. We're back in this room where we started. We're just up a level. And there's not a whole lot you can do up here except jump back down. But that's fine, because that's going to lead us through the other door in here that was locked, that we needed the lower cistern key to get into. That was here.
Right behind you.
And this is the side that has the enemies on it on the other side of the wall that I was mentioning a little bit ago. Ah, 3 roaches. Anybody who lives where I live is very
Why
familiar
would you
with
waste
those.
time building a deadly trap when a simple note? Over there.
Show
left.
yourself. Hold it.
Probably disables the blades. For all the good it does from here.
Okay, so we'll try and bring these two
Just like
out
the
here.
good old days.
Nope. Okay. So now we'll make our way across here. This isn't that difficult, but I do want to save. And then you can hit the lever to turn them off.
Let's show 'em.
Okay. Forgot that there is a
Found you.
healer in here. Right there.
Didn't think that one through, did he?
Always want to focus
You're
them
still mad
first.
about that thief, but we made it back to town, even without our supplies.
Not the blessed 8 point. You see a threat, you stop that threat. You don't give it your rations.
You think everyone's out to get you. This is why you don't have more friends.
Little lockpick here. And let's see. So there's not, so let's just start getting rid of some of this armor. We'll keep those two. They sell for a decent amount of gold. Don't think I'm gonna do anything. I do want to grab this chest here. Can jump over to the other side as well. There's just nothing over here. And I'm trying to remember where all the journal entries are. I always end up missing a couple here and there. But I don't think there's one here. So we actually want to put the Kith Warder amulet back on.
Another one down.
Gonna allow us to one-shot him, and hopefully we'll get another one if it comes into range here. Get it here. Perfect.
Eyes open.
Get down! The envoy's here.
Well, that was fun.
And here's 3. So yeah, I missed 2 somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did. Like I say, I can never remember where all of these things are, and they're kinda... Some of them are kinda stupid hidden as well. So I won't spend a lot of time trying to find this thing. Because I think one was out here. Pick up an essence potion, why not? Yeah, like I say, I'm not going to spend time on it. It's just lore. You don't get any achievements or anything like that for picking them up. But yeah, I went back on my personal playthrough and I missed number 2 as well. And I had to go looking for it, and when I found it, I was like, this is stupid. So, again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time looking for it. Okay, and 3 was right here. Okay, now you can see we're going to start making our way up.
So, would you have killed that thief for taking our stuff?
Okay, now here there are ways that you can jump to various locations up here. You just don't need to. There's nothing else up here. Except in the way that we're going to end up going anyway.
Where'd that come from? You're gonna regret this.
Good work.
And I'm just a hair shy of being able to one-shot him. But Marius can kind of clean him up with his bow most of the time. And now you can see we're up above these areas that we've already been in. Okay, so I think that's it up here.
I would have sent that thief on his way, without our blessed day supplies.
Then he would have died.
How do you know? We didn't.
And if you carefully drop down here, you get another lockbox and an essence potion. Now I don't think that there's anything over here, but again, it's been a while, like I said, that since I played this. So we'll go over here and look. I don't think there is. No, there's not. Before you head up the main way, stop off over here and pick up a couple items.
Quiet as the depths.
And here's why Ygwulf's journal number 4. So it's always number 2 that is missing.
How'd you do that?
And I don't think there's anything down there. Yeah, there's not. Okay, so now this door
My money
here.
says our assassin's on the up.
And Kai's right, our assassin is on the other side of this door.
Other side of that door.
Now I'm going to take some food here. Let's do that. That should use up all of that. And then we'll take one of the big ones. And we'll, as soon as the fight starts, we'll take some grog and some Magrin's Blessing.
So it is true. You're alive. You're truly alive.
Spoken like an assassin who's confident in his work.
Well, how could this be? I killed you. Who better to ask? You're the one who saw through the usher's door beyond the veil of life. Stay your weapon, please. Hear me. Let me speak for Paradise. Then you can decide if we part as friend or as foe. Envoy, I killed you because the people of Paradise have suffered under the boot of Adir. For better or worse, yes. Though that ended when he went into the wilderness with your ambassador. I didn't, though that is where your mind went, isn't it? In any case, it was not the Clavager's death that made me decide to kill you. It was because your face came to me in a dream. A vision I believed was sent from the gods. Your face was as clear in my mind as it appears to me now. You were standing under the sign of Adir. Your feet became roots and reached deep into the soil, wrapping round Ardra in the darkness. Dreams, visions, they can be confusing things. I took the vision as a call to kill you in the hopes that I might stop Adir from conquering this land. Yes, my life may be over, but I accept responsibility for my downfall. I cannot imagine what the gods want for us, but you are at the center of it. The proof stands before me.
There's definitely something. It's written all over your face.
The only thing standing before us is a bunch of well-armed people. Let's take this slow. No sudden movements.
The gods aren't finished with you yet. You tell me, godlike. You have me cornered, but I will not hesitate to defend myself. Cowardice is not our way. My fate is in your hands. Do with it what you will.
Okay, so there are multiple ways that this can play out. And if you do end up telling him to leave, then the rebels will be sympathetic to you, and there is an encounter that will open up inside of the Emerald Stair, which, for it to play out peacefully, will need to have the rebels be friendly towards you. However, Ygwulf has one of the best armor pieces in the game for the build that I plan on playing. I know that this is going to sacrifice the ending to that. The reward is not all that great, but it's going to sacrifice the ending of that for me to get this piece of armor, because the only way to get this piece of armor is for me to attack and kill it. That's the only way for me to get it. That's what I'm going to do. The game wants you to follow down a path of having him be friendly to you. It's all over here through all of his journal entries you picked up. If you talk to Chiamarius, they will be split. One will want you to fight, one will want you to forgive or to let him go.
Normally, I'd say if someone tries to kill you once, don't give them a chance to do it again. But I think he's actually come around to something. It's rare to see a real change of heart. Rarer still to have the opportunity to give someone a second chance. Don't squander it.
If you spare him, he'll just kill you again. I doubt you'll get a second chance. Not a huge fan of cold-blooded murder. We survive by removing threats, and this guy is a threat.
If you're guided by the hearts of your companions, then they too serve the gods.
Okay, so you can have him confess to Seal Garrote, and turn himself in. You won't get the armor piece by doing that. Again, you can tell him to take his people and leave. That will open up a reward at the quest at the end of the Emerald Stair, or you can attack him. I'm going to attack him here, and this is going to instantly start a fight.
Blood in the water.
Right. Remove the threat. Let's do it.
Come then. Prove to the gods that you're a worthy champion. And strike me down.
Let's make sure you don't die a second time.
And I'm going to immediately take a basted beast. I'm going to take a grog and a Magran's Blessing. I do have the Kith Warder on. Okay.
Come and get me.
Missed.
Nice shot.
I need to lock him in place. And finish him off. And now I just have to mop up the remnants here.
Didn't stand a chance.
That's it.
Take a moment, people.
It's going to get me my level up. Thank you note to Claviger Amond. We'll do a little searching around here first. Again, the rebels fighting against Adir. These corners up here can also be a place to fight from, but you get cornered up here really easily. So we tend not to fight up there. Okay, so now here in the middle, we can search Ygwulf. And we pick up his key, but we also pick up the Blackwing armor. Now, the Blackwing armor at this stage is going to come in as fine quality, and this is going to complete that quest to upgrade our armor. Now, the Blackwing armor here has plus 30% stealth attack damage. So when you are attacking from stealth, it's a massive damage boost. The plus 25% move speed while crouched means that, well, if I'm not encumbered, while I'm crouched, I move at the same speed as I do when I'm standing up. So I lose no movement speed now when I'm crouched. That just means I'm going to be able to make it through all of these areas with enemies in them that much easier while I'm crouched. Okay, it's a really, really good set of items to have for the type of build that I have. It also looks pretty cool if you take a look at it. But yeah, the Blackwing set is going to carry me through for quite a ways. Okay. So let's take a look at our abilities. And I'm now going to unlock the final rank of Survivalist. Most of my other things I can't unlock until level 10 anyway. I can unlock Steady Aim, but this, believe it or not, is much more powerful. Unlock recipes for food with powerful effects. For my character here, I'm going to upgrade my perception to get another 17% critical hit chance, and the range is what I'm really looking for. Okay, so I picked up his key. I do want to look one more time over here, so I'm fine. And that's going to allow us to get back out the door. If you didn't notice, the door locked behind us when we went in, and you can't get out. So you are fighting inside that room, and you can't get out.
Idea. At least they're no longer a threat. And we can stop asking who and start asking why.
Whoa!
Dealing with the assassin should put us on Luden's
Okay, well that's one way to
side,
get
so
down.
There's that.
Great. Not sure which side I want to be on. I have some thoughts, Envoy. Let's talk about it at camp.
Okay, and you have to walk yourself out of there. That's a no fast travel area. Okay, and now before we continue on with the main quest, I'm going to head out to Dawn Shore. And I'm going to rest here at camp because I want to do some upgrades. So the first thing I'm going to do is store Stelgar's Pride. And then let's look at our workbench. So here, Karak's Pride is fine quality already. The fine pistol we're not going to be using here in a little bit. But all the rest of these things are already fine quality. So let's look at doing something else here, in that there's a separate menu here for crafting. And you can see we can craft Hylia's Talons and Hardwood Branches. If we go back to our upgrades, you can see we need those to upgrade Karak's Pride, the Arquebus, or the Disappointer. We need Tanned Hide, which again we can craft here, and we can craft a lot of it to upgrade the Blackwing armor. So let's first of all see how many Hylia's Talons we can craft. So 9 of them. So we'd be able to upgrade Karok's Pride. That would use 4. The Blackwing would be 5 and 6, and the Disappointer would be 7 and 8. So we have enough to upgrade all of them. We need 3 hardwood branches, 7 hardwood branches. So we need 9 or 10 hardwood branches total. I don't think we can probably craft that many. We can craft 8. And then the Blackwing armor needs 2 tanned hides. And we can craft a bunch of these, but I'm just going to craft the 2 that I need. Okay, so we'll upgrade the Blackwing armor here. This is going to get us damage reduction. We can actually, before I do this, let's go look at enchants. Because the Disappointer needs Zarup Tongue to upgrade it. And you can see we have 2 options. Tender Love and Care gives you plus 10% attack damage. Shared Misery power attacks give all nearby enemies minus 10% damage for 15 seconds. It's situational at best. Tender Loving Care is the way that you want to upgrade the Disappointer. I need another Zarup Tongue for that. So I need to see if I can go buy another one of those. But let's look and see. So Bear Claw, Awakened Wood, and Vessel Flesh. So all of those I have. So we'll do the last of our upgrades. We'll get the Disappointer upgraded. Or we'll get Karok's Pride upgraded. Okay, and we're going to be a little bit short on being able to upgrade the Disappointer. We need 3 more hardwood branches for that. Okay, so let's talk to Kai real quick.
Not everyone warrants an assassination attempt, you know. You should be flattered. I'd say he can learn a thing or 2 from you. But he'll have to take that lesson to his next life. It's a shame. As odd as it sounds, I think he really would have left you alone. A fair fight. Huh. It's always struck me as a funny notion. He shot you with poison from the shadows. Many would call that a coward's act. But what other chance does a lone man have against Imperial power? And who fights fair when survival is on the line?
That is true.
Don't mistake me. I'd like to be wrong. I'm afraid we haven't seen the last of this conflict, though. Ygwulf isn't the only hothead in the Living Lands, and he's certainly not the only one with his hackles up about all you Adira newcomers. And Ludwine and the Steel Garrote are only making matters worse.
That's true. We're going to learn a lot more about the Steel Garrote when we get into the Emerald Stair.
They're a match to a powder keg. Your ambassador and the rest of the Adiran forces have been dragging the frontier, kicking and screaming towards order and civilization. All the things that half of us moved here to escape. Then, one day, Ludwine and the Steel Garrote show up to reinforce the Adiran presence, and they're as harsh as Wodaka herself. Mine, too. I understand discipline, but you've got to know when to give. It remains to be seen whether Ambassador Hilgard and Ludwine are rowing in the same direction. But I fear there's trouble on the horizon, especially if the Steel Garrote's tactics win out. Like it or not, their differences could make trouble for you, especially since the Steel Garrote is here under Adir's flag. And I worry about what that means for the rest of us. Just thinking about Claviger Aemon. I let him down. I've let a few people down over the years. But I did promise someone once that I'd do my part to look after all of us riffraff who've made a home here. My best chance of doing that is helping you investigate this plague and keep a lid on tensions. And, hopefully, fend off any future assassination attempts. The feeling's mutual. It's nice to share a campfire again. I think that's enough doom and gloom for one night, don't you? Sleep easy, Envoy. As best you can. Night, Envoy.
Okay, and we can talk to Marius.
It's not every day you get to deal with the person who killed you. He killed you, you killed him. Seems like a win-win situation. I haven't decided yet myself. I suppose it doesn't matter now. Unless someone's still out there handing out resurrections. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. You found the assassin, and you're still alive, which means well done, Marius. Anyway.
Okay, so there are more conversations that you can have with Marius as well. But before we end our camp here, we're going to look at our recipes. We saw the Basted Beast, which is a huge benefit for us, and you can see we can craft a lot of it. Okay, but this is not nearly the end of what these recipes can be. And if you scroll down here, you're going to see the black broth. Now, this takes raw meat to be able to craft. Raw meat or cooked meat, raw fish or cooked fish. And there's a lot of recipes that we have for this. It's also going to need an essence potion, but it gives you plus 5% critical hit chance, plus 50% critical hit damage, plus 10% attack speed, and plus 25% stun. All of this adds up to just be a massive increase in your overall DPS. This is something that you pop before you go into every combat. So we're going to craft a bunch of them. The thing with this is the way it auto-selects items, it's going to be crafting them more often than not, one at a time, which is kind of a pain. But it is what it is. So our raw meat and our cooked fish we want to be saving for the black broth. Now there is something else in here, and that's the Charming Libation. Plus 6 to all attributes while in conversations. This is something that you pop before you talk to any NPC in the game. This is going to be able to let you pass almost any of the skill checks that are in the game by adding a plus 6 to your attributes, because you're normally, those checks are leveled based upon the location you're at. And we can craft a bunch of these, and you get 2 per craft. So just keep those in mind as you're doing them. That the Charming Libations are really great for conversations. The black broth is amazing before combat. And now you have also, like we've seen previously, access to the Basted Beast, which is 750 health regeneration. So there's a lot of good stuff in here also. The cookies will help you if you're out exploring to give you movement speed. You've got a whole bunch of other things in here which have opened up, and I believe we have, yeah, the +1 might and +1 constitution is here. The Wizard's Mind Bomb is the black broth of the wizard side. It allows you to do 25% decreased essence cost and 25% cooldown time on any of your Grimoire spells, which basically ups your DPS by 50%. So really, really good stuff that is opened up with this. The aperitif is a good thing if you've got the Basted Beast active. This will greatly increase the regeneration you get from it while you're in there. So you can, and all of these will stack. You can pop them all right before you go into combat and really be buffed up for it. So we're gonna exit here.
was before. We have questions. We will leave when we are satisfied. A life for a life. A killer's blood billows in the drain, dead like the bear. We do not understand. Was this a mercy too? Eat or bleed. Rule of the wild. We know these shapes. Still. A dam broke. We wept in the dark when your soul slipped away. We feared for you, felt your agony. We could not forgive.
This is the other thing that killing Ygwulf is going to do, is it influences the very end game panels that you're going to get. You're teaching the voice to be a little unforgiving in this. And again, it doesn't influence your gameplay any, it just influences kind of the end game epilogue, so to speak.
Petals disperse on the wind. Wake now. We have tending to do.
Okay, now there's one other thing that we need to do in camp, but just not this second, because there is something else that we need to look at, and that the only side quest we have left is the Totem of Rightful Rulership. Now, the Golden Scales of Justice are in the Market District inside Paradise. Is that the last one? Yes. Let me make sure I know. Where this is. I'm a little surprised I haven't picked it up yet. Oh, okay. I think I remember which one this is. Okay, it's the one that's up there. So I think the way I have to get
if you're
to
really
it,
quiet,
though,
you can hear actors' souls dying as people just keep on walking.
is here.
You take lead.
Let's see how much faster I move. It's crazy.
Ready? Aim.
Now, in here, we're going to get ambushed again. as soon as you go down here. So I'm going to try and start this off from here.
Glad you're on my side.
You're mine now.
Oh, hit Reg. There it is. Drives me absolutely nuts, that thing. Okay.
I think I sprained my shoulder.
So yeah, should have been able to take them all out from up there, except for the hit registration bug popped in, which is always nice. And this will allow us to unbar this door. Okay, and back here we have
That's
the
another
last
piece of that Wodika totem.
Shrine of Wodika. Now we're gonna head back out and go back to our camp real quick. First, we need to look and see if we can find Zarup's tongue.
Mine.
And we have one here. Perfect. Okay, so let's head back out. We'll place our final 2 shrine pieces and get our final 2 upgrades to skills. And then we will do a couple of upgrades. So here's the shrine. We're going to place the last 2.
Are you certain?
I know what I sensed. I am beyond all doubt.
A source of essence? In the living lands? Impossible.
I felt the flutter of Audra. There was no mistaking it. I followed it, but a mist blinded me. I could not proceed.
A vein separate from ours?
I cannot explain it any other way.
An ill wind blows through Eora if any of what you say is true.
It may not be hostile.
Its existence is hostile.
Please, I've considered this with care. Think of the kith who live there. Always just beyond our reach.
I assume nothing. I will not rest until I learn the truth of this. If we cannot bring it to light, we all may be at stake.
And we're going to get companion ability cooldowns reduced by 15%, and critical hits deal massive fire accumulation as well. 2 great things for us to be able to get. So let's look at our enchanting here for the Disappointer. So we're definitely going to put this up to Tender Love and Care. Okay, so that once we take a look, Karok's Pride is fine quality +2. The Disappointer still needs upgrades, but it will now be on par with the same damage as Karok's Pride. Okay, plus we're gaining that plus 10% bleed damage that happens, and now we can break down the fine pistol. We don't need it anymore. can't break it down while it's equipped. We want the Disappointer in our offhand. And then we're going to break this down into Hylea's Talons, or into Hardwood Branches, I mean. We're going to keep the Fine Arquebus for now, but we're going to try and get rid of that as soon as we can. And I don't know why this is still here. I'm almost positive that we got this. We'll go look at it real quick before we head in and finish this quest. It's really easy to get to. It's right here. Okay, it was right here. So I think... Oh. We didn't pick up Wind and Wave. That's why. Yeah, Wind and Wave is a shield that for your... like we talked about with the previous set of armor we picked up, this gives you another plus 10% move speed, which is huge. Especially if you're melee based, you're now up to, with that full set, I think you're at like 30% movement speed bonus, which is again massive when you're a melee character. Especially if you're using something that has slow attack speed in your main hand, you can maneuver around behind enemies and avoid their attacks a lot easier. So let's head back in here. Can't believe I left Wind and Wave sitting there. And actually, we also need to go back into Northern Paradise real quick. Because now that we have our armor upgraded... Remember the chest that we left in Claviger Amon's estate? Okay, we'll head in here real quick and we'll just run up and grab... Oh, the door's unlocked, so we can go this way now. Okay, and this is going to give us the White Key cameo. So the White Key cameo restores 50% of your maximum health while reviving a companion. We won't use this very often, but there is one encounter where we probably will use this quite a bit. What I want to... So we've got 10. Audra, we're already at fine quality here, right? Yes, we are. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. We'll talk more about uniques and how they work once we get into the Emerald Stair, because we're going to need to discuss how we go about looking for stuff in the Emerald Stair. But for now, let's take a look at this quest and turn it in and be on our way.
tell me you brought good... Oh, Envoy, you return. And you brought a friend. Ambassador Heelguard, at your service.
Always nice to meet an Adiran who isn't trying to goad me into a fight.
What of these rebels? The streets are full of rumors, but your word is the only one I trust. So, you took justice into your own hands. That takes grit. More than I expected. Of course, the official record will show that the killer struck first, and you were merely acting in self-defense.
That's technically what happened, so sure.
I know that Ludwine wanted a public execution, but this might do just as well to appease her. A message has been sent. No one will challenge our presence in the living lands. Our people are here to stay.
And I forgot to take my potion before this, or my food before this.
Indeed. Not a moment too soon. I'm sending you to Fior Messi Verno, a community of Valian expatriates deep in Emerald Stair. The Animancers may have some knowledge of the Dream Scourge already. Learn whatever you can from them. Nor should you be. Animancers draw power from the spirit world. Their dark research can twist, break, and even corrupt the very soul. The Empire has no tolerance for Animancers, and with good reason. Their work is dangerous, heretical. Animancers tinker on souls using clever inventions and ancient pillars of Ardra, siphoning essence like honey from a hive. They want to change reality as we know it, make us live longer, or cause barren lands to grow. For all I know, they might be onto something. Or, with a single miscalculation, they might destroy us all. Well, you know what they say about the enemy of my enemy? Animancers may be an unpredictable sort, but they are scholars, and keenly aware of their environment. Make no mistake, the Empire's at war with the Dream Scourge, and we need allies on our side. If you have any further questions before I dispatch you to Emerald Stair, now would be the time.
Okay, so we're not going to. You can get some more information here.
Governor Vidaro will be your first point of contact. I'm told he's barely keeping the community in order. Seek him out if you need direction. Good hunting, Envoy.
Hildegard. Why is it that whenever I hear your name, it's because you've disgraced the Empire?
No. Strangling light. Keep her away.
Is that, her?
Inquisitor Ludwine. So kind of you to join us.
While you brood over the Dream Scourge, this island is coming apart at the seams.
Stay your wrath. Allow me to present the Adiran Envoy, dispatched by the Emperor himself, to aid us in our time of need.
I will say, she has a really cool-looking armor.
As does yours. Let me deal with him, and I will get back to you shortly. I can't believe you troubled the Emperor to send an envoy. Haven't you done enough to flaunt your incompetence?
Under the circumstances, I thought it might be...
Silence! You busy yourself with the Dream Scourge. A mere fever and chills, leaving the real work to me. Even if that were to happen, the living will replace the dead. We will ship them in by the hundreds to fill the empty houses.
Oh, gods, Ludwine.
I have scoured this island and faced the truths from which you cower. The Living Lands is on the brink of total collapse, and you have ignored the discontent in your own city. Our envoy spilled blood, quelled the resistance, and brought us time to gather our strength.
You don't waste time, do you?
We should be using this opportunity, not squandering it. What say you? Good. But it isn't enough to conquer a resistance. You must also make it serve you. For too long, our embassy has lacked the skill or the motivation to do either.
If you're done eviscerating me, you'll be interested to learn I'm sending the envoy to the Animancers of Emerald Stair.
You are ridiculous. Emerald Stair is under assault by the very wilderness it claims to have conquered. The Animancers cling to pride and tradition even as they dig their own graves. You're right about the second part. Clearly I've wasted my time with you, Ambassador. From now on, I will break the frontier on my own terms. You are free to disagree with my methods, but you cannot stop me. As for you, Envoy, farewell.
She is going to be a problem. Sometimes I wonder. Put her out of your mind. The Dream Scourge is more than enough for us to chew on. At least for now. Oh, before I forget, Liviana gave you a clean bill of health. You're cleared to leave for Emerald Stair. Fair warning, Animancers and Adirians don't mix well. Their kind can be a tad unhinged. A fair point. No one survives this place without losing a little sanity along the way.
They're a fun bunch. Crazy, but fun.
Wonderful. Now I have to keep a tight grip on my soul on top of everything else.
Should you cross paths with Ludwine, well, try not to. I have no idea what's gotten into her. Safe travels. I'm told Emerald Stair is beautiful this time of year.
We can head to the Eastern Gatehouse when you're ready to go to Fjord.
Okay, so now we can look at our quest journal and we are done in here. The Animancy method is the main quest line that we need to continue. Everything here in Dawnshore is done. Okay, so let's take a look at our map and we will head out to the Emerald Stair Gatehouse. We're going to stop off and check our lockpick situation here at the gate, and then we're going to head out.
Welcome back.
Okay, so no lockpicks here. Let's go ahead and sell off all of this. And now let's head over to the gate.
Envoy. Ironic. No. Paradis clearly understands your intent.
Careful, he could be a messenger. Or this could get interesting.
We have learned you are not a figure to be trifled with. My compatriots have observed your judgment. We have a message for you. We do not give second warnings. Consider this one carefully.
and that's going to give you the dissonance warning. This is after you kill Ygwulf. Now the rebels are going to be openly hostile towards you.
Hold a moment. They tell me you're going to Emerald Stair. Business or pleasure? Well, just remember to cover your mouth, sneeze into your elbow, and sleep with lavender under your pillow. Fair warning, Envoy. Before you showed up, Inquisitor Ludwine barged past me. She was looking none too pleased. Might have had something to do with that poor fellow who got strung up. No one told you? The rebels hanged one of your kin, fellow by the name of Garrick. Suppose they wanted to send a message.
And this is the other thing that happens when you kill Ygwulf, is Garrick, who we met at the very start of this, in the prologue, is now dead.
On the bright side, there's still time to pay your respects. No one's cut him down yet. Anyway, I thought you should know Ludwine's on the prowl. Tread lightly.
As long as she's not on our scent. Hopefully, your handling of Ygwulf brought us some grace with her.
Okay, and because of that, and now I have to remember where he's at, because he was here. He was standing right here. I think he's actually somewhere else. He's outside, if I remember right. He might be over here. It's been a long time, like I say, it's been a long time since I played this aspect of it, so I'm trying to remember where he was. I think I remember he's outside though, because I think I remember he was up in a tree around here. Did I not clear this out? Definitely want to clear her out. Nope, you're locked in place. Don't even think about it. And there's that fire damage. And this is going to be a new quest.
Star Metal, if I'm not mistaken. I want to take that to a blacksmith.
Now, there's nothing that we're going to be able to do with this for quite a long time. If we look at our quest, you can see that this is 3 skulls for us right now. So, this one, someone in the Living Lands must know how to craft it. If you take it back to, well, I guess we can... I'm just spending more time. I wanted to get into the Emerald Stair here. But I don't want to leave you not knowing what this is. You go talk to the blacksmith here in town.
Good. You made it back.
You have a new option here.
Wait, is that star metal? Abaddon's arse, this stuff is rare. I'd love to make something with it, but I'd be afraid of ruining it. I can't think of anybody else in Paradise who could either. Who knows? Maybe there's a blacksmith in another city who can help.
Okay, and that's what the quest is going to lead you to.
Well, if I were a betting girl, I'd wager one of the smiths in Solace Keep could work with it. Good luck getting inside, though. Or surviving the journey there.
Right. Gallowayne's Tusks is one of the deadliest places in the world. Probably not worth the trip.
No thank you. I'll take my chances with the smugglers here any day.
Okay, and there's not going to be anything that we want here. No. Okay, so this quest, like I say, is not going to complete for a while yet. So there's no point in thinking about it. We can keep asking about it. And yeah, I wish I could remember where Garrick was. I know he's hanging from a tree somewhere, and like I say, I'm not going to wander around this entire place looking for it.
Ugh, I've always hated sponges.
Yeah, I just can't remember where it is. But yeah, I'm almost positive he's in a tree. Oh, there he is right there. I knew he was out here somewhere.
Poor guy. Didn't even stand a chance.
And there's a note
like
here. That because Ygwulf was slain, they have chosen to take
It's a
retribution. Okay. So, another consequence of Ygwulf dying. For me, the armor is worth it, though. Garrick doesn't play a part in any of the remaining story, so it wasn't something I really cared about.
Good luck out there. You're gonna need it.
Now we can travel to the Emerald Stair, and the Emerald Stair...
Can't say I'm sad to be leaving Paradise. I had no idea how tense things were with the Adirans moving in.
And Ygwulf's death won't help matters.
Either way, you're safer with him gone.
Regardless, the Steel Garrote will see this as an excuse to crack down. I get the feeling they've been looking for one.
Steel Garrote? I figured they're just more intense Adiran soldiers.
Oh, I hear you. Unfortunately, if you're marching shoulder to shoulder, some of their stink is bound to rub off on you.
I don't like that Ludween woman. She gives me the vrikas.
Yeah, I've seen floggings gentler than the scolding she gave Hilgard. One's tacking when the other's jibing, if you catch my drift. And that's gonna mean trouble for everyone around them before long.
Then it's a good thing we're getting out of the city.
Yeah. Much as Liviana misses our company, I wouldn't count on your mysterious friend reviving you a second time.
Are you listening to that friend when you go all blank-eyed from time to time? Does your special friend talk to you? I mean, I had an imaginary friend when I was little, but they never brought me back from the dead.
He means that with all due professional respect, of course.
How do you know this friend doesn't mean us any harm? Unless they have their own use for you. That's what's giving me the shakes.
We're headed to Fjord Messi Verno to see if the Animancers know anything about the Dream Scourge, right? Maybe we'll learn something about your condition in the process.
Right. When it comes time to deal with Animancers, you two are on your own.
Fair enough, but I wouldn't expect a warm welcome. Guildguard's already brought your homeland's prohibitions against animancy to Paradise.
They could stand around and have scholarly debates about souls all they want. Gives me a great opportunity to take a nap.
I haven't been back in a while, but Fjord is, an interesting place. It was founded about 50 years ago by a disgraced Valian duke and a handful of animancers who'd soured on politics in the republics.
Town full of nobles, scholars, and leeches, all surviving off the work of the farmers who grow food for the whole island.
They're an eccentric bunch. You'll see. It turns out that academics are as ungovernable as the rest of us rabble.
They don't understand what they're messing with. They can't tame the wilds with machinery.
They've held it at bay, until recently. Their ingenuity, or madness, or heresy, take your pick, has fed a lot of people in the living lands. But, rumor has it, some unnatural blight is destroying their crops. We'll find out soon enough. And while we're in Emerald Stair, there's something I've been putting off. An old friend from my time in Thirdborn had a cabin out in the woods. Tama. He passed a while ago, but he left something for me that I never got around to picking up. But since we'll be in Emerald Stair anyway... You won't regret it. Emerald Stair's lovely this time of year. Even the Delimgon bloom.
No matter what I tell you, you keep picking flowers from things that want to kill you.
Hey, they love me. You just gotta ask nicely. Compliment their foliage.
Right. Maybe buy them a drink before they choke you to death with vines.
And we'll learn about the Delimgons as well.
I'd hope so. I think that goes without saying.
You and I have quite the adventure ahead of us, Envoy. That's the spirit. What about you, Marius? What's next?
I have, things to do back in Paradise. It keeps me plenty busy.
Come to think of it, I haven't been to Emerald Stair in a while, and the Envoy's never been. Know any good guides we could hire?
None that could help the two of you. You need the best guide in the lands to keep you from getting yourselves killed.
That's okay. We can discover them together.
Now that you mention it, you're gonna need my help if you're traveling through the lands with this Nimdut. I have 2 rules. No campfire songs and no hugs. That last one's non-negotiable.
I hear wiggle room on the singing.
If we're done being ridiculous, we should get some rest. We'll be in Emerald Stair tomorrow.
Good to have you with us, Marius.
Right. Go to bed before you violate the hugging rule.
Okay, and we can talk to Marius before we leave.
Fior Messiverno, huh? Guess if you're looking for an animancer, that's the place to go. They're not just thick, they're nigh impenetrable. And there's a distinct feeling that they want you dead. Nothing we can't get through, but you'll be glad you brought me along. I do have some experience with Emerald Stair. I've led a few people there from Paradise or Thirdborn, and I've almost lost someone on every trip.
Someone's slipping.
I said almost. Just glad I can help. Right, changing the subject. Pleasant dreams.
Okay, and Kai doesn't have anything. So we'll look and see one more time before we leave. We can break down one of those. Okay, so we need a bunch of hardwood branches. We can't craft any of those. We need 1 Hylia's Talon. We can make that. And then we also need 16 tanned hide, and we should be able to make those as well. Now we can upgrade the Blackwing armor again. The reason we're doing this is because of how we're going to play the Emerald Stair here. Oh, let's see if we can cook any more. Okay, so we can't make any more black broth. Okay, so let's get out of here. Okay, so now we are in the second area, the Emerald Stair. Now, the main place that the main quest wants us to go is here to Fjord. There's a lot to explore out here. You can see how big this map is. And you can see that this is where Thomas' cabin is. There is a bunch to explore. What we really want to go look at, though, is over here. It's actually right here, I think, on our map. And the reason for that is because I'm playing with an arquebus, and the best arquebus in the game is here in the Emerald Stair. Now, the arquebus, the last trick is the name of it, is a unique, and that means that we want that to be as high a level as possible. Now, the way finding uniques works in the game is whatever level, if we're finding a weapon, whatever level that weapon is the level at which you're going to find all weapon uniques. Same thing with armor. The highest armor level you have is the level at which you're going to find armor uniques. Now, the intermediate levels, like the fine quality +1, +2, and +3, don't matter. It's the quality level. So right now, if I go find a unique armor, it's going to be fine quality 0 out of 3, and that means I'd have to spend resources to upgrade it. I don't want to do that. I want to spend my resources upgrading it in the exceptional, or the superb level, I think is what's next. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it's a superb level that's next. So I want to spend all of my resources getting K-Rock's Pride up to fine quality 3 and then superb level 1. All right. Now, to do that, I'm going to need, obviously, a bunch of hardwood branches and Hylia's talons. I'm going to be picking these up all over the place here inside the Emerald Stair. I can also break down some other uniques that are of these levels to get more hardwood branches and Hylia's talons. So I can go into my stash, find something that I'm never going to use, and as long as it's fine quality, I can break it down and get a jump start on being able to upgrade to while we're here. Two things about this quest. You're going to pick up a quest here. It's going to be a very, very long quest, and you're going to have to actually kill a bunch of high-level bounties to do it. So you can head into Fjord and pick up the bounty quest, and that will give you some locations of where you'll need to go throughout this quest. But you do not, I repeat, you do not want to progress the main quest. If you progress the main quest too far, you will not be able to access this quest, and you won't be able to get the last trick. Okay, so it's very important that you actually do what I do every time, and that's complete side quests before you do the main quest here. So if you want to get the best arquebus in the game, then you cannot do the main quest yet. So what we are going to do is we're going to head up toward Fjord. We're going to start the main quest here. And we're going to ignore everything along the way except some random encounters. Then we're going to head over here and pick up that main quest. And we're going to be trying to upgrade as we go along. So let's track the animancy method.
Oh, would you be a dear and help restore things, please?
Looks like she could use our help.
Don't get too comfortable. More are on the way.
Next one's mine.
Fantastic. People. I was about to lose my wits.
A mind's question. The dust of the Akita in her hair. She knocks. We would answer.
You wouldn't happen to have a ladder on hand, would you? Sansa! Absolutely not. Cute as a button, but he's so high-strung. I pursue my own academic interests. Interests that require the vase in the ruins. And a ladder. But perhaps we don't need one. You're tall, striking, and well-toned.
And I forgot to take my... again. I keep forgetting to do it.
Of course. Why would a priceless artifact be important? Well, I'm not surprised you don't know of the Godless. But they were here in the Living Lands long before we were. Long before anyone else, as far as I can tell. Give or take a few thousand years. They lived on every corner of the lands. You must have passed a few of their ruins on the way here. The big ones, with spires that look more than a little phallic. A lot of their structures were embedded in the ground. They lived in harmony with the land. I mean, as much as you can live in harmony with the land actively trying to kill you. Maybe it was nicer back then. 30 years of research, and as far as I can tell, they just upped and disappeared one day. Fascinating, right? Well, what's important is that the vase is within my grasp, now that I've a tall, dark, and beautiful stranger to help. There's a vase in this ruin that's too high for me to reach. Fetch it for me. I can pay you in skates if you do. The vase sits atop that tower beside us, in the ruins there. And once you've got it, look me up. Yatsley, wizard extraordinaire, godless expert, and a Balrog in the bedroom.
Now we're going to see much more of Yatsley as we go.
Don't require going into some ancient ruins.
Let's
No
go.
one listens to me.
Search a body here. And then we're going to head toward this. The reason we're going to do this is because we're going to be able to pick up another item here. And I need to have the enchanted Sulanet on while I'm searching for that. Okay, and we're going to get into some combat here to end the episode. You can see how fast I'm moving when I'm crouched. Okay, now you want to open up every chest that's not unique you can find. That's because now you can see we're getting the fine upgrade materials. And that's what you need. Okay, easy enough.
We got them all.
Okay, and now whenever you find one of these ingredients, it's going to be the fine version. So now we're finding Hylia's talons everywhere. So again, every chance you get to search a body, every chance you get to pick up a crafting ingredient, do it. And I believe this is the way down after you're done. Okay, so again, every chest. Didn't find anything in that one. Okay, and you learn a little bit about the excavation. They had to halt it out of the dangers of what was happening. I don't think there's anything out here. Magrin's Blessings. Plus 20% damage, plus 20% damage reduction. Really, really nice to have. Okay, and your gold is going to start going up quite a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up the Godless Vase. This is a quest item. I am not going to open the unique lockbox here. Okay, and that's for those exact reasons that I gave you. I don't want to be getting any uniques here until I've upgraded my items to the next level. So that then all the uniques I'm going to be getting are going to be the superb level. So I'm just taking notes to come back and get it later. Okay, now let's start making our way up toward the city. And we should, actually, we need to turn this into Yatsley here.
Andra's titties, you found it! I tried using magic to get the vase down, but alas. Thankfully you and your little friends came along and saved the day.
Excuse me, we're all bigger than you are, Nimdude.
I may be small, but my magic is not, I assure you. Ah, yes, I did, didn't I? The cost is well worth it. Such a godless artifact is worth its weight in gold. Think of all the secrets and memories it holds. Well, I'm not surprised you don't know of the godless. But they were here in the Living Lands long before we were. Long before anyone else, as far as I can tell. Give or take a few thousand years. They lived on every corner of the lands. You must have passed a few of their ruins on the way here. The big ones, with spires that look more than a little phallic. A lot of their structures were embedded in the ground. They lived in harmony with the land. I mean, as much as you can live in harmony with a land actively trying to kill you. Maybe 30... Just one. And I didn't find it. But that's a story for another time. But I'd best pack up. I want to get home. I have a new artifact to study. Thank you for your help, Godlike. Even if you didn't have a ladder.
Now we're going to be seeing much more of Yatsley later on.
I've got it.
Darn it. Who put the vase up there in the first place?
And we definitely wanted to pick up all of those items. Okay. So now we're going to be kind of working our way toward the quest here, and as part of that, we're going to head down here.
Right in the blind spot. Oh, no, you don't!
Okay, and you can see that we are able to one-shot
Another
them.
glorious battle. Here it comes.
Okay, so there's, like I say, hardwood branches are going to be very important for us. And Hylia's talons, so looking around and finding all of these things are going to be something that we definitely need to do.
Granted, I don't come here often.
Okay, and here is where we are going to... Actually, we'll pick up one more Hylia's talon over here. And then we're going to be getting into a fight to start things off next week, because here is where we are going to take our break. So we'll drop a save here. And we will pick it up here next week. Now remember, what's going to happen is this weekend, I'm going to be ending the Veilguard livestream. Our final episode will be on Sunday. And then on next Wednesday, we'll have this episode here at the normal time. But then you're going to get a double dose next week, because we will also have the next episode of this, not this Sunday, but next Sunday after that. It will be taking the spot of the Dragon Age the Veilguard playthrough on Sundays. So next week you're going to get 2 episodes of Avowed, and you'll be able to see how we progress through this side quest that we're going to be looking for to get one of the best weapons in the game. So, as always, I want to thank everybody who was here this evening, and all of you who have been here for the duration of my channel here, that have showed up and interact in the chat. I love seeing all of that every time, and I can't thank you all enough for your support, because as I always say, without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jerval saying until next time, fare thee well.